Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another Shamshir Sound video. Today is a special video. I got inspired by H3H3. He did a prank tier list where he rated the top pranksters and he got inspired by iDubbbz. So I decided, you know what? Let me just jump on this trend and let's talk about the best EDM producer DJs in the industry. So I got a nice big list of my favorite artists and a lot of the popular artists in the scene. Some of them more underground, some of them more mainstream, some of them recognizable, others you might not be aware of. And we got our ranking on the left. S is going to be our superstar, A, B, C, D, E, F. You know how it goes. Let's jump right in. We're first going to talk about one of my favorite classics, you know. I'm feeling like we're going to talk about a little bit of that Dada Life. So Dada Life, you know, big inspiration. We're going to put them right now at D because D for Dada Life. And they've been a big inspiration growing up. When I was making electro house music, they would make fire music, very bass heavy, very aggressive music. And, you know, Dada Life, I got to put some respect on them. You know, they helped shape a lot. But also, I don't know, they haven't been making that many bangers. So right now, I'm going to leave Dada Life at a D. But I think I'm going to promote them to C. Feeling that C. So next we're going on to another classic, and I think we're going to talk about Salvatore Ganacci. And I don't know about you guys, but in English they taught me that after the letter R comes S, and Salvatore, you know, it starts with S, and it's only appropriate that we put him in the place that he belongs. Salvatore Ganacci, very nice man. He owns a bakery. He does pizzerias on the side. He is a very inspirational man, and I hope to meet him one day and cook some pizzas with him, do a little bit pastry shop action, Italiano. Next up is someone that really just revolutionizing the DJ industry, and that is Lindsay Lohan. And Lindsay Lohan, believe it or not, has probably more big room bangers than Hardwell and Martin Garrix combined. She has been ghost producing for a lot of these guys. And though her DJ performances have been limited, she's been also a huge inspiration to me. So let's put some respect. And, you know, in this day and age, we got to be supportive of the females. You know what I mean? There's just too much misogyny. There's just too much male privilege. So I think, you know, it's only appropriate to support our women and put them at the according ranking. Wow. Something that's appropriate. And that's the very least that I can do for Lindsay. So we're now going to talk about somebody who, you know, it might, you know, your opinion might be different, but I think it's someone that is very important in the music industry, and that is none other than Paris Hilton. Now, Paris Hilton, big, amazing producer, DJ, some of the most amazing electro house tracks that I've heard of, dating back to about 1964, when she first released Adagio for Strings. That was produced by her in the 60s for Tiesto, and then he played it back. So she just released her track with Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, Best Friend's Ass. So A for ass. So we just got to put that right there, that A for ass. So now we're looking at this list, and you know, it's getting limited. We got to choose our list accordingly. We got that Salvatore, we got Lindsay up there. So one guy who is really cool with psytrance, really enjoy this guy's style, is MR.BLACK. Now MR.BLACK, who doesn't like MR.BLACK? Like, if you don't like MR.BLACK, then that'd be whack, you know what I mean? Jack Black, MR.BLACK, I mean, it's a win-win situation. He got that electro house, he's got tracks on Revealed, but most of all, it's Jack Black. And if you guys ever watch Nacho Libre, Nacho Libre, Jack Black, MR.BLACK, it has to go there. It makes sense. It's perfect. It's that perfect combination. We got my boy DJ Solovey. Now, some of you guys might not know DJ Solovey if you guys are doing hipster and you just discovered dance music, but let me tell you a story about DJ Solovey. This man has made some of the most amazing house music. He has basically remixed every track known to man. If you go to his profile on Promo DJ, which is a Russian website, very hard to navigate if you can't speak Russian or read it. I can't, but I try to use the translator. This guy has remixed pretty much everything. He's made bootlegs off of everything. And for that, I'm going to give him... I was going to give him an F, but I'm going to give him E. This is inspired by H3H3. E for effort. You know, we all went to school. We all got that, you know, are you good? Are you excellent? And he's doing excellent here. So I'm going to give him an E for effort.
Whatever happened to E for effort, Jerry? E for effort. You people think about that. E for effort.
For that effort that he's put in for all the music, I think that's pretty solid. Next up, we have somebody that is... His days with the DJ scene was limited, but he has amazing vocal talent, and that is none other than Justin Bieber. Now, this guy as a music producer, I don't even think deadmau5 has anything on him. I don't think Tiesto has anything on him. I don't even know if Kashmir can get close to this guy's level of production. And so for that reason, I'm going to put him just right there as the F. So F just because it's like faithfully Justin Bieber. And so we're going to put some respect on Justin Bieber.
When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
Just keep him there right now. Give some congruency to the list. And that leads us to the next guy, who is Carl Cox. Now, I heard a lot about Carl Cox. The name does rhyme with cock, which is a chicken or something else. And so Carl Cox, and then you got the Pinuis, the Pinicio. You got the Cox. It rhymes with cock. Carl Cox, I never watched a set or seen a set, seen him live. Heard good stuff about him, heard different stuff about him. But at the end of the day, Carl Cox, that's 2 C's, and it rhymes with cock. So it's going to go in C for that reason alone. Now, you could beg to differ. Let me know in the comments section. But I feel like it's a perfect combination. That leads us to the one and only Olly James. Now, Olly James, big inspiration to me. This guy's been killing it. This guy's been doing a really good job of giving back to the community. Check out his channel as well. He does his walkthrough Wednesdays where he's talking about his productions and really giving really good insight, but also like little niche tips. And this guy is definitely a legend, and he's rising to the top. And I think the only way is up for this guy. And so for that reason, I think I'm going to give an A ranking to Olly James. He is definitely on top of his game, and he is inspiring many people, including myself. Now, someone who I think we can agree that we really need to respect the females. You know what I mean? Like, it's just... I feel like the music industry is just too sexist, and just being a man is just like we should just hate ourselves for being a man. So for that reason, REZZ just goes right to the top.
Wow.
Please support your females. And even if you hate her music, I'm not a big fan of her music, but we got to support our females. She goes to the top. That leads us to the next guy, and that is Maurice West. Now, Maurice West has some tracks I'm not a big fan of, but I'm thinking twice here. I'm strategizing here, because Maurice West has some really dope tracks, very unique tracks. If you haven't checked out my tutorial on making the lead from the kick, check that out. He has a very big sound. He makes a lot of big room and electro house. Some spicy bootlegs he has too. So Maurice West, yes, he's not too long in being popular, but he has a lot of knowledge. He's an Ableton user. You can see him producing and showing all of his stuff. So very smart dude. And for that reason, he is going to come right under Dada Life and Carl Cox. And the reason why is because if you take the congruent positive, negative angle of incidence, angle of refraction, minus the force of gravity on the free body diagram, and then you combine everything that you've learned in school, which equals 0, and you take that plus or minus 0, minus the force of gravity with the weight of the dime, the mass of the dime, like the coin, you're left with 4 characters, A, B, C, D. So Maurice West, we're going to put him right there. It's not to discredit anyone, but, you know, this is the list according to me from top to bottom, you know. Next up, we have the Canadian duo Dubs from Toronto. I can't recall the location they're from originally. I did meet with these guys in Toronto. Shout out to you guys, Dubs. These guys really pursued the big room scene. Now, I'm not sure about their productions. I know that Kashmir produced one of their tracks. We don't know. In this day and age, a lot of people are getting ghost productions, but I love their style. I love that they blaze it. I'm a supporter of that 420. I'm a supporter of what they're doing. Two fellow brothers in arms. And so if we think dubs, DVBBS, if you remove the V, right, you're still left with 4 characters. And so because of that, they're going to get an E for an effort. So wow, it was going to go for D, but there's 5 characters in dubs. See, you thought you were going to get it there, but there's 5 characters in dubs. DVBBS. And so E for effort. I think that's a good spot.
E for effort!
A classic man, none other than Andre Thunberger. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This guy was the biggest inspiration to me. He had bangers like 9 p.m. Till I Come. Like, make sure you guys listen to ATB. This is old school. This is the one of the pioneers of dance music and trance music, which pulled me in. And so for that, I'm going to put ATB right there. Next, we have none other than, and you know, there's a right way and a wrong way to pronouncing this guy's name, but deadmau5. deadmau5, you know, I was a big fan of him. Not a big fan of his recent work. I'm not a big fan of where the direction that the label is going. You know, just techno and this and this. And I really miss the good old days where we had a lot of the progressive house. And so for that reason, I think I was going to give him an E for effort, but I think I'm going to give deadmau5 a D. D for deadmau. And I think that's appropriate. Let me know what you guys think. Does deadmau5 deserve a higher ranking? Do you think that he has anything on Carl Cox or on Paris Hilton? Let me know. One dude who, in his younger years, you know, his recent achievements include playing basketball, meeting with Kim Jong-il. I can't pronounce his name. And that's none other than Dennis Rodman, the hard-style artist, the guy who paved DEFCON 1, Dennis Rodman. Now, Dennis on the mic, on the turntables, the talent is profound, okay? The talent is just exploding and booming. So we got to think carefully with this guy, because this guy, yes, you know, he delved into different industries, but I have a lot of respect for this guy. I'm just going to put that E for effort. You know, he did a good job. Actually, you know what? Let's go for a C. Wow. Just because it's Dennis Rodman. You know, it's Dennis Rodman. I think he'll be comfortable. Now, Quintino, amazing music. Brazil Connect, Inferno, a guy who's been in the scene for many years. A lot of productions on SoundCloud, a lot of collaborations, a lot of different styles, and right now he's doing that big room kind of hype jungle tribal stuff, and I love it. I don't know, you know, I want to give him F, but I think I'm gonna give him an A, just because Quintino, it's just Quintino. Like, how can you hate on a name like Quintino? So that leaves us to David Guetta. Now, if you're not familiar with this picture, I believe that was at Tomorrowland or something. I'm not sure if he didn't take his medication. Maybe he took too much medication. Maybe, I'm not sure what the story is behind that picture. But nonetheless, we all know David Guetta. We've all heard David Guetta. And so, being a big fan of his work growing up, I think I'm going to do the right thing and put him on a D. It's D for David Guetta. He's got that face. D for drugs, don't do drugs. But D for drugs, D for David Guetta. It's the combinaciones, you know? It's the combinación. Which leads us to Zedd. Now, Zedd, if you guys don't know, a lot of my sounds were inspired by Zedd. He made a lot of electro house when he remixed Skrillex's track, one of his tracks, I'm not sure which one, on his album, Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites. Now, the thing with Zedd is that he started out with very aggressive, very unique, very solid productions, and it's not to discredit him. I mean, he's a great producer, but I feel like it went downhill. I feel like it really went so pop and less about like dance music and just all the way towards just kind of sellout music. And it's okay. I want all these artists to be successful and wealthy and prosperous, but the sound, I wish he diversified his sound and went back to his roots. So for that reason, Zedd gets an F. The style, I think it's going to be F. But you know what? We'll upgrade him. We'll put E for effort. Wow. There we go. So that leads us to the one and only Sam Hyde. Do you guys know who Sam Hyde is, huh? This dude has made probably every big room track you've heard of. He's ghost produced for Hardwell. He's ghost produced for Tiesto. He's ghost produced for Martin Garrix, Marshmello, Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike. A whole range of artists. This guy is just multi-talented, multi-faceted. This guy just puts out content. He was on a TED Talk recently, and the dude just crushed it, what he was talking about. Just teaching people, getting people into the dance music culture. So for that reason, number one, this guy goes right to the top. This guy, you know what? This guy is on his own level. I would want to give a higher rank, but I'm content with S. Sam, S, both start with S, legend. So he stays right there.
Wow.
That leads us to a unique man. None other than Henry Fong, who I believe is half Jamaican, half Japanese. Wagwan man. Manas and respect. We got Henry Fong here with amazing sound, huge inspiration. Love his tracks ever since I heard his remix of Kill the Noise. And so we got to think, what is a good spot for this guy? Where would this guy be? I'm not sure if he's on the level of Sam. I'm not sure if he's on the level of Salvatore, and he's not a female, so obviously I can't give him like what's appropriate for him. I gotta demote him because he's a man. So I think I'm gonna put Henry Fong right there. Side by side David Guetta, he's still among the stars, and so I think that's a good spot. This leads us to Porter Robinson, huge inspiration to me. I loved his remix of Let's Go by Spencer and Hill. I also opened for him at a club, Club 77. That was an honor. Really was so starstruck to see this dude because he just really inspired my sounds growing up. And really, when I heard his electro sound, it was just so grimy and aggressive, like Wolfgang Gartner or some of the other guys. So for that reason, I'm just going to give him an F. And the reason why is because then he stopped the electro house. He's doing this weird stuff. And so, sorry about that, Porter. Nothing personal, but I'm just going to do a little bit of F right there. And at the end of the day, the F is just like, it's in good faith. In good faith, you know what I mean? We're still friends, F. So W and W. W and W, I haven't listened to a whole ton of their tracks. They have a lot of crap tracks. And to be honest, every artist does. No artist has like all bangers. We're going to have good songs. We're going to have bad songs. But we also have to remember these are two guys. So we have to be careful with this ranking here. You know what I mean? We got to be fair. We got to be fair to the other guys in here. So W and W, I really love their track Bigfoot. And I like their recent one, Rave Culture. I really like it when they go for that hard big room style. So because of that, we're going to go with B. Because two guys, A, B, big room, B. It's a combination meant to be. You know what I mean? So go for the B.
Wow.
Now we look at FTAMPA. Do you guys know who FTAMPA is? Felipe Tampa. Brazilian dude. And this guy, I would love to see him perform. I'm waiting for more big room bangers from this guy because he started out making some aggressive electro house. He then continued to win a remix contest hosted by Dada Life. Congratulations, FTAMPA. But again, that was years ago. He then released on many labels, releasing electro house on Complextro. But now he's producing radio hits and stuff. Well, I wouldn't even say radio hits, but just like, when producers just jump on the bandwagon and they're like, I want to make this because like people will maybe listen to it. So for now, I'm going to give him an F. And the reason why I'm going to give him an F is not because I don't like his music. I love his music. But Philippe, his name Philippe is spelt with an F. So we have to be respectful of his name, obviously. I wouldn't put him in any other one. So, that's appropriate.
When my name come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name.
Then we have Marshmello. I won't even talk about this. You guys can... I'm not even going to spend a moment. Next, we have Kashmir. Now, Kashmir, love his music. Love his tutorials. Love what he teaches. I had the pleasure to meet him for a small moment at a performance of his in Toronto at Union Nightclub, I believe. And I had a moment just to talk to him super briefly, super short. But I was profoundly impressed by his professionalism, his performance, and his music really speaks for itself. So for that reason, I'm going to give him an E for effort. Put him right there.
Wow.
As long as he's above Marshmello, that's all that matters. Next, we have a surprising one. And this is, I believe, in the mid-2000s. And this is none other than Kanye West's butler. Kim Kardashian. So Kim Kardashian, you can see, I think that's Kanye in the back. Or maybe that's Jay-Z. I don't know who that is in the back. Maybe it's, yeah. Kim Kardashian had a phase where she was DJing. And I know you guys are going to say, well, Kim Kardashian's a model. Why the hell is she on this list? But still, Kim Kardashian, I think, is one of the most skilled musicians, if not one of the best producers in the world. So I think she deserves a ranking. I think she deserves a ranking right about there.
Wow.
I think that's good. That leads us to the Portuguese duo KEVU. KEVU, huge inspiration, festival bootlegs, big room stuff on Blaster Jack's label and Revealed recordings, supported by Hardwell, supported by a bunch of guys. Their tracks played by Tiesto. These guys are amazing. And so for that reason, I'm going to put them right there at that E.
Wow.
And that leads us to someone that you'd be wondering, well, what is he doing here? He has nothing to do with dance music, but I disagree. He has everything to do with dance music. And that's none other than DJ Khaled. Another one. Another one. Another one. You see, they don't want him to be on that list. And so for that reason, I'm putting him on this list and he gets an S rank. Okay? That's like a golden stamp of approval right there. S rank. What are you going to do about that? So that leads us to, I don't know who the hell this bloke is. Some bearded idiot. Just throw him there. I don't want that terrorist beard. We got Hardwell here. Now, Hardwell, let me tell you about a story about Hardwell. So Hardwell was a fellow classmate of mine in the 60s in 1968. We went to the same school in Antarctica when we went to the Royal Academy of Penguins. And that explains why he has this profile pic, the half red, half blue. Because if you think about it, when you're in a washroom, right, it's like hot and cold. And the thing is like sometimes you want cold, you want an ice cream. And sometimes you want hot, you want like a coffee or hot chocolate or something. So you have to be careful when you're drinking a hot chocolate. So red, blue, the glasses bring the congruency, which locks everything down. And so for that reason, I'm going to put him around C.
Wow.
Pioneer, big dude, early adopter of many technologies. Respect to you, my brother. We're going to talk about this guy right here, Respawn. Now, Respawn, he makes a lot of tutorials. He makes electro house and big room, but he's been experimenting with other styles. And I love a lot of his tracks, especially the one with KEVU. He has some dope ones with Olly James. So he has great tracks on his own and great tracks with collaborations with other artists. And he released a new track. I wasn't a big fan of the vocals. Wasn't a huge fan of the vocals, but, you know, I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'll give him another chance. And so I really like his style in terms of music and visuals. So we're going to give Respawn, we're going to give him a B right there. Because I think Respawn deserves it. You know, we're talking about Respawn, you know, gives back. Let's give him back. You know, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Now this leads us to none other than this clown right here called Alan Walker. What should I say about Alan Walker? Roll the clip.
They put a lot of voices and they like made sure like it gets that I don't know, like I can't remember the name, but yeah, it's soul feeling and altogether like kind of like crispy sounding, kind of like a crispy sound, solid. It really helps to make the whole song more powerful and it's also pretty cool to base my songs.
So Alan Walker, I'm going to give him an A rank. Because Alan starts with A, so you got to put A.
Wow.
And that leads us to Martin Garrix, GRX. Martin Garrix, I love your music. Amazing big room music. And I feel like this guy has inspired me as well as many others. He delves into many other stuff. Maybe some of his stuff is ghost produced. I don't know. But I think that he has done a lot to revolutionize music. And it's always good to see up-and-coming artists really just crush it and give it all. And so for that reason, we got to be careful here because I don't know if he can compete with someone like Alan Walker or DJ Khaled, let alone Paris Hilton. So for that reason, I think I'm going to give him a... I think we're going to put him right there on D. Reason being is that, like, he is amazing, but he's not necessarily on the level of Paris or Lindsay Lohan. So we got to be very precise, like, to the T. We got to be very delicate with this. And we don't have many guys left. MADDIX. Now, MADDIX is essentially like Hardwell's protege. It's kind of what I say. This guy is a big room legend. He has some amazing tracks, really dope music. So I'm going to put him alongside Martin Garrix. But you know what? He's not really on the level of Martin Garrix. So you know what? I think we're going to give him E. So he gets that E for effort. Again, MADDIX, great music. And what other better way to recognize someone by giving them, like, you know, when you would run, you get that participation reward? That's what I'm talking about. We're getting that recognition for participation.
E for effort!
Now, this leads us to someone that is a bit underground, you guys might not know of, and that is none other than Alex Jones. Now, Alex Jones, this guy, what a legend. Timeless legend. You might not agree with his ideologies and what he has to say, but he's a very loud, outspoken person with a very powerful voice.
We're going to have the nut sauce, and we're going to have the pasta.
Yeah.
And we're going to have, you know, succulent hot dogs. We know you love succulent hot dogs.
They're delicious. Guaranteed to make any party better.
I mean, dude, that's what it is.
They went fast.
It's amazing. You smoke marijuana quite a bit, and you're still a smart cookie.
Because I'm an alien.
Yeah, you're not of this world, bro. You're the alien. Well, we're going to go eat after this?
Fine.
What are you saying?
Fun?
But listen, let's just... Going on to... What were we covering?
When he was on Tomorrowland stage, I just had butterflies. When he was doing a side-by-side, back-to-back set with Tiesto, man, that blew me away. So for that reason, I'm gonna give him an A. He's among the stars. Alex Jones, his music will always stay in my heart. Now that leads us not too many left, actually, guys. We have 7 left, and if you've made it this far, congratulations. Thank you for making it in this list. I want to be as descriptive, and I've pulled inspirations from DJ Mag, like Top 100, to be as accurate as I can be in this. So we have 7 guys left. Make sure you guys smash that like button. We passed 500 subscribers, so thank you guys. I have been preparing my sample pack to give away to you guys for celebrating the 500 subs. So make sure you guys are subscribed. You hit that notification bell. Make sure you guys smash the like button. And let's talk about none other than Basshunter. Now, you guys remember that track? This guy delivered hard with the Euro, techno, trance influence, and I saw 2 live performances of him, once in Toronto, which was pretty good, and another one in Hamilton, which we won't talk about that. That was probably one of the worst setups and live setups ever. And for that reason, because this guy has had some of the, like, I don't even think Henry Fong can compare. I don't think Dada Life can compare. Hell, I don't even think Sam can compare, or DJ Khaled can come close.
Give it up for the Swedish legend, Basshunter.
So this guy definitely is among the stars. Basshunter, you get an S rank.
Wow.
So you are a star, Basshunter, and it needs to be acknowledged. We now have 6 guys left over. So let's talk about this individual. Now you might be wondering, well, Ali, who is this guy here in the black? This is none other. Okay, we'll get into his name, but this guy drops some of the hardest music. This guy has been producing for longer than I've been alive. This guy is an athlete. This guy makes just tracks on every label. You're talking Dim Mac, yes. Revealed Recordings, yes. Spinnin' Records, yeah. Maximize, Rave Culture. We're talking about Shaquille O'Neal, okay? Diesel. We're talking about the DJ, the one and only. Hell yeah, this guy's bigger than Martin Garrix. I feel bad for this B, because this is Shaq. This is Shaq. This is Shaq. That leads us to Vito Mendez. Now, Vito Mendez I came across not too long ago, and I love his tracks. His tracks are dope. He just recently collaborated with Sidney Samson, And he's making some dope stuff. He's on his way to make big things. And I'm excited to work with Vito on some dope music. So we got some cool ideas we're exchanging. Vito, I love you, man. Your music is dope. I love that Yangon, and I love the, I gotta check out the new collaboration he is dropping on Smash the House. So Vito gets a C. So Vito,
Wow.
you get a C there. And the reason is it's very simple. If you guys ever played Oblivion, the Imperial Guard, when he stops you, he makes you choose from 4 different routes. And the first one is A, second one is B, third one is C, but then the fourth one is from the movie The Nun, you know, Valak. And obviously, so you're not going to go there, so you're just left with A, B, or C. But the first 2 are blocked by French baguettes, and I don't speak baguette, so we have to choose C. So Vito, I wish you the best. I'm kind of leaving the best for last, but not really, because it's a mystery. So we got Steven Vegas. Now, Steven Vegas, I love his track, his remix of Cause. I don't know how to say it. It's Cause Sexy, Steven Vegas remix. This guy's bass, so nice, flowy. He's got a unique style. He really puts emphasis on drums. And for that reason, Steven Vegas gets the D. The reason why is because he's a man. He's got the D. Not only that, but like, you know, sexy remix. It's all about that D, you know. We all want to be a better individual. We all want to be, you know, with that Vegas life. What happens if Vegas stays in Vegas? And so for that reason, Vegas, Steven Vegas, I'm feeling that D. These 2 individuals, you can see that nice beach in the background. This is none other than Mountblaq. Do you know who we're dealing with here? We're talking about 2 prodigies. We're talking about 2 guys that are paving the big room scene. In a recent mix that I made, I opened the set with one of their tracks. Fire, absolute fire. So check out their music. And I think Mountblaq, you know, you guys will come along with me right here. I love your music. And the beach really has that silhouette of the F, the blue and blue. So we're going to be good friends in good faith. We got that F vibe. So Mountblaq, love that music. I don't know if it competes with someone like Kim K, let alone Salvatore or even Sam or Basshunter. But, you know, it's fire. It's definitely good. I want to really talk about this individual. And this is none other than my good friend, my uncle, and that is Chris Tucker. Now, Chris Tucker has put in so much work into the music industry. He has hosted Tomorrowland. He has sponsored EDC. He has performed gigs at Hakkasan. He has played at, you name it. You name the music festival. You name it. EDC, Coachella, Digital Dreams, The Velt. This man has been the main man of all these events. Not to mention just his experience in music production, big room, electro house, dubstep, future bass, future house. This guy is just unstoppable. And for that reason, I'm going to give him the B ranking. We're dealing with a legend here, and the legend must be recognized. That leaves us with none other than the duo Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike. And I know what a lot of people are thinking. Well, Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, do they make their tracks? Why are they popular? You know, there's always going to be haters. And Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, let me tell you a great story. When I was 6 years old, I was watching the movie Pinocchio on VHS. And, you know, if you guys were old enough to know what VHS is, you'd get it. It's in a tape. And when you would rent it from a movie store like Blockbuster, it'd say, please be kind, rewind. To advise the person, hey, rewind it, do the kind thing. So I got the film. And I'm looking at it, and clearly someone didn't rewind. So I was a bit agitated. It was okay. I rewinded the movie. I put in Pinocchio. And it turns out, inside of Pinocchio, there's actually a portion where Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, they're doing a cameo. And they're doing a set. So these guys, these guys have been around for that long. Dimitri! If you add up all those guys like Stromboli, what are the other guys' names? Stromboli and Stromboli. You take that, right? And then you got Best Friend's Ass, right? The Paris Hilton track. That's Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike featuring Paris Hilton. It just dropped. When you take those 2 elements, that's an irrefutable, irresistible, unstoppable combination. For that reason, Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, they get an E for effort. You know what? No, not E for effort. You know what? We're gonna have to switch this up. I think REZZ, I'm sorry REZZ, I'm moving you down to C. And Dimitri Vegas, it's nothing personal, but Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike gonna come up right there.
Wow.
There we go. And there we have it, guys. This is my top EDM producer DJ list of all time. Absolutely, for 2019. This is current, but this is also dating back with some pioneers and some all-stars, some underground guys in this as well. Let me know, does this list, is this how you would arrange your list? Is there something you agree with, you don't agree with? Let me know. It was very exciting doing this, and I would love to do something like this again. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next Shamshir Sound video. Until then, have a great day. Take care.